welcome to Horror Movies with Friends! I'm your host, Andy Green, aka Wolfmandy Screame, at least for another 13 days, give or take, because this is day 18 of 31 days of horror movies, friends, and drink pairings. Oh.
Whoa.
We'll have to work on that. But before I do, maybe the magic, the witchy powers of my host, of my co-host today, my friend, esteemed guest, dear friend, witchy man, all the different things, archivist, catalogist, music buff, Jon Marquis.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah, where's the wine?
I don't know. I thought we had some. You told me there would be some wonderful wine today. Let me see if...
I'm a monk. I'm not supposed to drink. Although apparently that's not true.
Those monks just have a time. They
have
wreak
a time.
havoc on the village. So we haven't even mentioned a movie.
Yeah, what movie did you have? Did we watch together?
We watched the movie V-I-Y. It's a Russian film from 1967. Well, it's Soviet Union film from 1967, and I'll give you the honors of pronouncing the directors' names.
Thank you, John. It is co-directed by Konstantin Ershov and Georgiy Kropachyov. That's right. And stars as the witch, Natalya Varley. And that is not the titular V. I was confused.
Yeah,
Maybe that's some spoilers there, but we're fine. You still know what V is. Yeah. And then
your eyelids will raise when you see V.
That is a great truth. And it stars as, I want to say it's just sort of Koma is how you say his name, Khoma, Leonid
Kuravylov?
There it is, yes. Kuravylov. And he gives a hell of a performance, and to watch that performance and to follow along with us on this madcap journey through the Russian, countryside, I guess. Yeah. It is streaming on Shudder, but that is a witch's spell. Don't go to Shudder and watch it, the dubbed version, because we tried for like 3 seconds and we had to stop.
Not good.
It's not good you need Russian to truly enjoy this, and that version's on Tubi TV with ads, but you get, in my experience on Tubi TV, when you have the same 6 ads, you sort of become friends with them.
Yes.
There's a story.
We know how to rejuvenate our skin so well now.
That's true. TV20 is the code for some ads. But I guess, I don't know if we can go any further without sustenance, as, Koma couldn't do it without, he had 3 nights of prayers, and he had lots of vodka.
I say you pray, and I will maybe do my witchy powers.
Okay. To the gods and goddesses of Slovakia, I beseech thee to give us vino goodness. Whoa! What the? Damn.
Yeah.
All right. We got a witch here, ladies and gentlemen. And we got some wine, thank God. Well, so John, since you just willed it into existence, would you like to do the honors? It feels like you're right.
Okay, let's do this.
What's the problem?
There's some manner of circle around it. Somebody drew a circle around it, and apparently witches can't go through it.
An expert oval circle.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can break the circle. I don't know if I'll regret this, though. What curse will become?
I think you'll just get drunk.
Well, I hope not. I don't want to get... It's early in the afternoon here. Ooh,
there we go.
All right, and it's a twist off. That's another magic.
Love a twist off.
Love a twist off. So here, let me. Well, it's a Slobodne, which is a Slovakian wine, and you can, if you actually want to do the honors, feel free to pour. It is. Absolutely.
Okay,
a 2016 Riesling, and Actually, let's do it to camera. I forgot.
Okay.
Let's give the people. No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Let's give them a better look at this beautiful natural wine from Slovakia. This wine is a family-owned company.
Let's get more for me.
Oh yeah, a little bit more for John. We got to be even here. Is that good? Are we even? I think we're even. Yeah. Cheers.
A toast to.
A toast to the two sisters that made this.
Yes.
This company. Actually, why am I doing that? This company was actually since the early 20th century, but because of communism, because of World War II, for like half a century, the winery was not in operation, but now they have come back. So this is to Slovakia and to getting free of Soviet Union.
Yeah, this is delicious.
Yeah.
I already had a taste. I didn't do the sniff because I don't do the sniff.
We don't do the sniff. You don't need to do the sniff.
I'm not a wine expert, so it does nothing for me. Also, I have a terrible sense of smell. So.
Well, it's like the sniffing in this movie. You'll just sneeze and
yeah.
have some snuff.
I didn't. Oh, we could do snuff right here.
It's true, we do have some snuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as we can see, it's like a little bit gold, much more gold than a Riesling would typically be, because it's like a skin contact wine. Like it has imparted the skin of the grape. So it's like more, I would say, yeah, golden. Kind of looks like a pear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of tastes like a pear.
You're just gonna watch us drink for the rest of the.
Yeah, this is actually just a solemn silence now.
Yes.
Well, because we're in the seminary school.
Yes, we're in seminary school. And
seminary
pour
is.
myself some more.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah. Another round. You have to sing the song.
Oh God.
Yeah. The
Until
Russian.
I see 3 of the same men walking out of a door.
This movie is really fun.
Yeah.
And when you and I wouldn't think that. I mean, if you don't know anything about the movie and you're told like, oh, a 1967 Soviet Union witch film, you might not think it's fun, but it's really fun.
It's I feel like 60s Russian movies. I haven't seen a lot of them, but you'll see them do things with the camera that you would not expect, and like.
Yeah, there's a lot of spinning around in this, and I mean, and our character Koma is dizzy himself for most of this movie. Because, so like the plot is basically like all the monks are out for summer. Like, because they're studying to be monks basically, and that means they're just gonna, cause tyranny on the countryside, like steal food and women.
They immediately, just like the moment they're sent out on break, they just like run into the countryside and you're like, I'm taking this goose.
And to be fair, it looked like a goose up for grabs. No, it didn't. It was clearly owned by a family.
Although they claim all the women who like work at the markets are witches, so they're like
that excuses whatever they want to do with them. Yeah, exactly. Fuck them, right? But that sort of behavior is met with some retribution, right?
Yeah,
so like, there's we have 3 of them sort of that find a. It's not an inn so much as just a.
There was a philosopher, an orator, and who was the third one?
Yeah. Nope, I didn't write it
down. Oh well.
Another round. Yeah, we will. The other guy is the best voice though. The third person is the deepest voice. It's another one that starts with a K. But, we don't need to know their names so much. But they find, like, an old lady's cottage, right?
Yes. And they're kind of rude to the old lady. They're very rude. They're like, hey, let us sleep here, or, I forget if they say you'll be rewarded tomorrow, but...
They're not going to be rewarded.
Yeah,
There's no reward there. It was an empty promise. And also, it's like... They had the idea, it's like, oh, why don't we just sleep under the stars? And I'm like, yeah, that seems like a nice thing. It wasn't cold out.
So, the lesson of the movie is just sleep under the stars.
That's the lesson. Don't go in, or don't force your way into anyone's house. Yeah. Let alone an old lady that says that she has no food whatsoever. Yeah. Although she finds a fish. Koma finds a fish somewhere. Or, like, did he have that in his, like, clothing?
I don't even remember a fish.
Oh, he was eating, like, he just grabbed a fish.
Maybe I made that up. That fish.
Yeah. Yeah, just like in a barn, or not in the barn, in like a.
It's a nice little fish barn.
Yeah, fish barn. Well, and that's where Koma has to sleep, and then everyone else gets like a better spot. He gets the worst spot, because he's kind of the rudest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He calls her an old skinflint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have any food and wasn't going to give any food that she doesn't have, And no vodka, of course. That's another sin of this old lady that didn't know, like, I don't know.
I mean, we're committing the no vodka sin right now, too. So.
Again, that's because a friend told me this just the other day, that most of the vodka brands that, most of the Russian vodka brands are made by oligarchs, so you're sort of supporting the regime. So don't buy Russian vodka. See if you can find, well, I mean, I doubt we would be able to access like a small business vodka if they even have, I don't know.
That's something to look into.
Yeah, that's another journey. That's the episode 2.
That's next Halloween.
Next Halloween.
All Russian. And all vodka.
We'll be on the Russian countryside. I'd be down if we can get there.
Let's
That'd be
do
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's not too sweet, but I wouldn't say it's a dry wine. It's sort of an off-dry, semi-dry. How would you characterize that? Wine?
Yeah, wine. This is me having... I've been to wine tastings just to be like, I'm going to drink this wine.
Fair enough. Don't talk to me. And this is the Interval 104. Basically, that old lady comes to him at night and takes him on, or just rides him as a broom.
Rides him like a horse.
Yes, he even makes horse noises.
He neighs like a horse. The witch climbs on top. Well, first the witch, approaches him and he's like, "No, you're not gonna tempt me." But then, she turns him into... She doesn't turn him into a horse, but she makes him act like a horse.
Right, and does sort of bewitch him, and then it's like a really fun, like, she's sort of just on his shoulders as they fly around the world, like, up in the sky.
It's a really fantastic, like, spinning set sort of deal.
Oh, yeah, like, the thing is just... Yeah, this thing is happening as they take off. It's really cool. Yeah. That was one of my favorite filmmaking moments in this.
One of my favorite examples of like just this style of filmmaking that you see in these Russian movies or Soviet Union movies is like it's a movie called Shadows of Forgotten Ancestors. Ooh. And there's a shot where somebody's cutting down a tree and they shoot it from the perspective of the tree falling down.
That's so cool. It's the sets are really cool.
Yeah.
He crashes down and starts beating the crap out of this witch.
Yeah, until she turns into a beautiful witch, and then he's like, should I be beating her?
Yeah.
Which is kind of terrible.
Yeah, exactly. You're only allowed to beat old women, not... Yeah, no, there's no...
It's just gonna haunt you for the rest of your life, Andy. You have
because of out of context
yes,
line? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just take that out. He runs away before sort of, continuing to pummel her, but she dies anyway. And her last wish is to get him to say prayers for 3 days. Basically at her, I guess, burial or resting thing.
Yeah, it's they bring her coffin into
a really creepy church.
Yeah, just
really dark.
It's like, there you go. You got your creepy church, and that's where most of the movie is set. It's a short movie, hour, 15 minutes, pretty much.
And it's 3 days of basically the haunting of this witch, and it just progresses each time. And the circle is key, but V can supersede the circle. That's what we like.
And there are all sorts of... I mean, it's all people dressed up as ghouls.
Incubi, succubi. Yeah, and they were so cool.
They were.
And like hands coming out of the walls, but also like to make them look like really bigger than him. That was really well done. It reminded me of like a ballet or a theater production for sure. And I know Russians have a huge history of ballet, so it sort of felt like they were sort of dancers and...
Yeah, and also like sort of like the imaginative, I know you've seen like the 40s French Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Or like the same sort of thing with like the hands holding the candles.
Oh, yes.
The hallway.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that, and we had talked a little bit about like, if this were, made today.
Right.
And then, like, in those scenes, it's like, I would never want to see it, like, remade.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this would all just be CGI, and there's a lot less fun in that.
Oh, always. Yeah, I think that's a running theme, especially in horror. It comes out a lot, because CGI sort of, I think, neuters the fear in a way.
Yeah.
Because, well, we know a human is making the practical effects, but like the computer in a way is so much, it's impersonal and it's not scary in the same way, or it almost looks too, I don't know, it doesn't look real either.
Yeah.
So, but then I did give you a question during the movie. I was like, well, if we were going to cast, if we were going to remake it with an American actor as Koma, who would you cast? And I think John nailed it.
I said Paul Walter Hauser, and I think he would do a fantastic job.
Yeah, he would.
He'd also do a fantastic job in pretty much any.
Right, and we don't, but I think we can, Leonid did it, and he's still around, so I wish he were here with us, splitting this wine.
Yeah. We checked his IMDb. He has 191 credits, and his
making us
last movie was in 2016, a Russian movie called All That Jam, which could mean any sort of thing.
Yeah. That's our next movie, John. All That Jam.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're big All That Jazz fans, so it's a PB&J related take on the
All That Jazz set in the jam making world.
That's a huge competitive industry, as we know. It's a folk tale. It is a tale that I know is a popular. It's based on a novella, and it's a popular novel that is still taught in schools today. That's from my one Russian contact.
Right, there you go.
And so, like, I mean, the lesson of this is sort of don't commit mischief. Like, what is that the lesson?
Be nice to old women.
Yeah, be nice to women in general. Yeah.
Don't just like invite yourself into their house and make them make you food when they don't have any. And
that's true. There's a class thing going on there for sure.
But also, there is a question of how much the movie believes. Was it because he was afraid?
Ah, yes, because a Cossack should never have nothing to fear. One of the running themes of the movie that Koma says a lot is that there's nothing to fear, or like a Cossack has nothing to fear.
Yeah.
Like, and it's this sort of masculine thing too, right? There's no reason to be afraid. Like, why would I believe in witches or believe in anything, even though there's plenty of evidence?
Yeah. And it seemed like everyone around him believes
too. Yeah.
That it's kind of odd that they're all just like, oh yeah, she's probably having a time in there. She's a witch. He's going through something, but it doesn't really like.
Yeah, the fellow, like, so because he's sort of sent off, and like the other Cossacks around him are sort of just giving him a hard time. They give him drink. That's all they give him, and they're just like, sorry, you gotta keep going. Even though, they don't disbelieve him at all. They're like, yeah, she is a witch.
Yeah.
The only person that doesn't believe him is the father of the daughter who has died. And that's, we don't really know exactly how she can change age or be both of those things, but maybe the idea is like, if you succumb to your witch powers, then your true form is that crone sort of idea. Maybe it's that.
Or have been bewitched by the devil.
Right.
So,
so then you look different, or that's the transformation. He's the only one that doesn't believe Koma, and he's the only one that matters, because he does it because he's promised gold, which is another thing. Like, he only does it, he's only in it for the gold.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's an element of greed here.
Is, yeah. He's not a great guy.
He's not a great guy, no.
But it's also like he has an endearing stupidity to him.
An endearing stupidity is that's what I'm aiming for with this show. Is this the first movie we actually watched together since before quarantine?
Oh wow, I think it might be.
I mean, I know we watched a bunch like sort of in tandem and then talked about it.
We did together we did during quarantine, we did like a musical bracket.
Which All That
Jazz won, despite me really wanting Young Girls of Rochefort to win. But yeah, you've been, my movie buddy for years now.
Since we bonded at a midnight screening of, was it Holy Mountain or El
Holy
Topo?
Mountain.
Yeah.
So this is fitting. This is a fitting way to reintroduce us watching movies together.
That's true.
With another weird ass,
foreign film that from a while ago, and that I fell asleep during that Holy Mountain screening, and I fell asleep in the first time I watched V, but not this time.
We might have even been at the same screening
of V,
of V, and he has no recollection of it. I know the first time I saw it, it was a screening at the now
defunct,
defiled, justly
ruined Cinefamily.
Yes, and it was a print from the Academy Film Archive, and I remember them saying like, "Oh, they only allowed us to screen this once." And I felt like the audience kind of booed that when it's like that. This is a rare print. And you should be happy we loaned it out to you.
We now know.
So
he's a member of the Academy.
No, I'm not a member. I work for the Academy Film Archive. Although I'm not a representative in any way, I have to do some online disclaimer. If I say anything, it does not reflect the views of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. So,
well done.
Yes.
You have that ready. Well, now you can just find it on Tubi, which in itself is really cool, but also kind of there's something sad about that too.
Yeah, it is strange to be like, let's settle down for this Russian horror film, this ethereal, bewitching Russian horror film, right after an ad for Taco Bell.
Yeah, but that seems fitting at the same time in terms of where we live.
I recently watched They Live with commercials.
Oh no, that's great.
And it is really a disorienting experience.
You have to check your glasses. We didn't talk about V itself, and maybe we should, because, like I said at the beginning, I thought V was a witch.
Getting into spoiler territory.
I think if you haven't seen it by now, but what is V?
It's an hour 15 minutes. Just watch it.
It's long. It's shorter than this.
It's just this giant creature with...
But you say giant, but in the movie it's shorter than some of the other demons.
That's true, but you're supposed to, you hear,
you
hear him thump.
Yes.
You hear, So, it's supposed to...
You hear him thump. I like that.
Yes. He's the big bad.
He's the gnome king.
Yes,
that's what he is.
King of the gnomes.
And he looks like that. When he came on screen, I thought it sort of evoked the golem sort of myth, and it probably has some connections in there. Who knows? And you can't look at his eyes. That's the thing.
And he kind of a big weak spot is he can't see until literally somebody comes up and raises his eyelids.
He's been sleeping a long time. Those eyelids are heavy.
Yeah.
I know how that is. Yeah, it takes multiple people to sort of
multiple ghouls or incubi or succubi, whoever.
They look the same. They were really cool. They reminded me a little bit of Pan's Labyrinth type creatures too. I feel like there's some...
I'm sure Guillermo del Toro has seen this and just
yes, definitely that scene is the scene. But what's good about it is it's fun the rest of the time because we just get to watch
even the non-scaries, him getting drunk, is just a blast.
Well, and the movie has fun with how it's shot during those times. It takes on we're swaying and off. And he the
witch literally surfs on her coffin at one point.
That's true. And it's this rock. She rides it to try to break the circle. It's just bong, bong, and it's just we'll just keep doing this until the crow, the crow of the cock.
Crows, I love it when filmmakers just use the language of cinema, just use the uniqueness of this mode of,
Cinema.
Yeah, cinema. As a storytelling device to like, okay, this is a visual medium. Let's not just have this guy act drunk. Let's put it in his perspective and do something interesting with it.
It's like what you said with the camera. Like, let's make it be, the camera is sort of, it's his POV in that moment. And that's actually a pretty telling thing too, because it's sort of like, this guy is us. We're the drunks.
We're all endearingly stupid.
We are. And on that note, I think we did it, John. Do you have any final thoughts? Final V thoughts? Aside from that, we're definitely going to watch the 3D movie at some point.
Oh yeah, we have to right now.
We have to. Well, I just thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, being on this spiritual.
This is a blast. This is great wine.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm most confident about on all of these things, is that I will pick a good drink. And so yeah, and a good friend. Those are the things I'm good at. Movies, we'll see.
You're good at movies.
It's like, yeah. And well, speaking of movies, and speaking of why I'm doing this, this is sort of in concert with a nonprofit organization, the Trevor Project. I'm doing a fundraiser with them, and they are a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping LGBTQ plus youth. And there's more information below. If you can click that link and just donate a couple dollars in the memory of my friend or any, so many friends out there that are suffering right now or have been. So that would mean a lot to me and I think just the world in general.
Yes.
And I really appreciate you watching this and me sweating in a blanket that's supposed to look like a monk's robe. And it doesn't do that at all. I'm just me with a belt on, sweating. But I'm doing it for friendship. And there's nothing more important than that. So speaking of, the Friends continue. Tomorrow, I have Monica Andrade on to talk about The Sweet Blood of Jesus, a 2014 Spike Lee joint, a remake of Ganja and Hess. And you know that you don't know that I've already covered Ganja and Hess because it was delayed, but it is coming. And just like that one, it is streaming on Showtime. You can watch both of them on Showtime or also Canopy. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see that. And
blast, yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't. Those are like two movies I'm planning on watching it this October, so.
Well, there you go. Yeah, join the plan.
I will.
All right. He has his homework, you have yours, I have mine, and I will see you at the next phase of the moon. And until next time, let's howl at the moon for the friends we miss, the friends we wish were here to see this.